Hey gorgeous, welcome to my channel Soil and Margaritas. I am going to take you along to do a little bit of a harvest, and I want to show you a few things around my kitchen garden. Things are sort of getting out of control. Some things are thriving, some things like some of the tomatoes are kind of struggling. I have a lot of things producing. I have a lot of things that already done for the season, and I am starting a bunch more. But overall, the things in the kitchen garden are going great, and for the past 2 weeks I have been collecting almost a bowl of these from my cherry tomatoes. So today I'm going to show you how the 4 Sunsugar cherry tomatoes that I have are producing, and they are the ones that have been getting me through these hard, very hot days. These Sunsugar cherry tomatoes are going bananas over here. They really love this area. They love the cortine steel planters, and they are just producing so many cherry tomatoes. I have a couple pieces of cattle panel trellises that I folded and I put inside those cortine steel planters, and they are holding those cherries really well. The planters are also holding some celosia, a few dahlias, jalapenos and poblanos, and a bunch of herbs like basil, oregano, some marigolds, and a bunch of other flowers. I have been pruning these cherry tomatoes to the max, leaving just the fruit and a few branches for the foliage, but the lower leaves have been removed to make sure that they can breathe, but also that they can continue producing more fruit, which is really the goal here. I mentioned before that these cherry tomatoes, these Sunsugar cherry tomatoes, are my favorite, mainly because they are very sweet. If you are looking for a sweet tomato, you should try Sunsugars because they are amazing. They are very sweet. Last year I tried growing Sungolds and Sunsugars right next to each other, and I don't know if it's because I have grown to love Sunsugars that Sungold really didn't make the cut. And not only that, I found that Sungolds were really easier to crack versus Sunsugars. And again, I don't know if it's because I was being biased that I just love Sunsugar better, but I gave them a try and they usually make the cut. These cherries are already going overboard here. They're covering my dahlias here, and reaching them now is going to be a challenge, but doing my best. Look at this. This is literally how I have been collecting. I have a bunch of just some of the cherry tomatoes that are just starting to turn into this beautiful orange color. By tomorrow, most of these are going to be ready, and by tomorrow I'm going to have a bunch more that are starting to turn and get mature. So these 4 cherry tomatoes are amazing this time of year. You know what's also insane? The mosquitoes, so I should probably hurry up. Look at my vine. This tomato was starting to turn, but something cut it from the vine, getting the second one and just taking a few bites. Now, because I know that something is out here already looking for tomatoes, I'm just going to harvest this guy. This is a pineapple tomato. It's starting to turn yellow, the color that it's supposed to be, and I'm just gonna keep it safe and then harvest it now, because I don't know. Now what I'm also going to do is that I am going to harvest this guy. I mean, this guy is the first time that I am growing it. You guys, this is a tomato. It looks like a pumpkin, but it's a tomato. This one is Gigante Farina. I got these locally. I got the seeds local, and it's starting to turn color. Again, I'm gonna keep it safe, and I'm gonna harvest it now. Right here, I have my 2 tomatillo plants. I have trellises for each one of them because they get really huge, and they are loaded with fruit. So I know that they already have a bunch of fruit that is ready for me. Look at my beautiful Sahara Rovecchia. Gosh, I love that color. Isn't she beautiful? Look at that. Believe it or not, I already harvested a bunch of tomatillos, but I know that I have at least a few. There we go. And once the cover, this cover for the tomatillo starts to feel a little papery, that's my cue for getting them off the plant. Yeah. They don't need, for me, they don't need to be completely dried up. I find that sometimes things will find them, ugh, like that one, there's some things in there. Things will find their way in there, and it's not that they eat the tomatillos, they just find cover from the rain inside that husk of the tomatillo. Yeah, that one too. So let me show you. I'm probably gonna find all kinds of nasties in here. And they're just protecting themselves there from the weather. They're not really eating anything. That's why when I do this, I just quickly go instead of having to, you know, touch or deal with whatever it's in there. But look at those tomatillos. Aren't these amazing? I should be using gloves. Ugh. Okay, look at that. Aren't those so cute? There you go. That's probably a good amount for some salsa verde. I mean, not that much, but you know, just enough for a couple people. I wish that my cherry tomatoes will ripen all of them at once on the vine like this. These guys are the sweet 100. They lie, they're not that sweet, and also they crack really easily, but they're like really big. So let me show you a few other Sahara plants that I have. Gosh, look at that. That is the same seed variety that I just showed you earlier, but this one is just wild. Right here, I have a couple more plants. They're the same seed, but they're completely different. Look at that. This one is more of a peach color, and that one back there is more of an orange, like a dark orange color. Gorgeous, just gorgeous. And if we go back around this bed, let me show you a couple more. I have the plants right there, and I should probably make a video on how to grow this. They're very easy. They take a little bit of time, but they're so worth it in my opinion. Look at that. I have a feeling that I got some of the brandy wine mix with the Sahara, because I mean, that cannot be Sahara just like this one. I mean, I don't know. Look at that one. Wow. And right here on the same bed, let me show you the Malabar spinach that is going crazy. It wants to conquer this whole garden by itself. I have 2 plants there. I started them from seed. And if you're wondering, I did use 1 huge load in a soup, and nobody say anything. Nobody mentioned anything about not being a spinach. I haven't tried them in salads yet, but I might tonight, and we'll see if I get any faces from the family. This is the bed where I had the garlic, where I replaced it with a bunch of things when I harvested the garlic. And my goodness, it's thriving. It loves it. I have a lot of things here. I have tomatoes, herbs, peppers, green beans. I have some dahlias. They're gorgeous, by the way. I am very, very happy with how much growth I have gotten. I was afraid that being late June that my plants were not going to really grow that much, but they're getting there. They're really liking it here. I am going to stop this video here because the mosquitoes are loving me right at this moment. But look at this harvest. I got a bunch of cherries that are ready to make into some salsa or some dish. And I have a bunch of tomatoes that are going to take a few days inside for them to fully ripen. But my gosh, look at this. Look at this size. It's huge. Thank you for being here, you guys. And until the next time.